Hey guys, this is Gaijin Hunter, and I don't normally do this, but I'm going to make a video actually complaining about something. Monster Hunter Stories 2 is a darn near perfect game in my opinion. 99.999999% of this game is absolute joy. It's one of my favorite games ever. It's really that good. So it just baffles me that at what appears to be one of, if not the final event quest in the game, drops the ball, in my opinion. And that's kind of crazy because it's otherwise, there's only two things I can criticize really about this game, and this is going to be one of them. So just for some context, there are going to be a lot of spoilers in this, obviously, but I think we're well beyond that phase. So let's talk about the issue I have with Fatalis in this game, which is funny because Fatalis was the highlight of Iceborne for me. When you go to finish the Elder's Lair, which is the post-game content, the boss ends up being Fatalis, which was cool. It was a surprise because they had teased it as being like the final DLC quest, but here it was in the base game, which was kind of interesting. Well, the problem is that you fight it once, right? You can't fight it again in that dungeon. So what I ended up doing was just redoing the fight over and over again until I got really good drop rewards. Really good. So I actually got its armor all the way up to level 4. So I'm only one level away from getting it to its max. I decided to do this instead of the weapon because I was aware of the issue. The issue is that you can't face it again. It's cool but kind of pointless because you can't max out any weapon, you can't max out any armor. Once you then do the secret Elder's dungeon, there's also, the Elder's Lair, there's also the secret Elder's Lair, which is like end game on top of end game. It's almost like, you know, a step above high rank. It's almost like a fake master rank. And it's quite challenging. It's the same stuff, but much harder. But you also get a lot more experience. It just buffs everything. And the final boss for that is, again, a powered up version of Fatalis, which takes about, I would say the average player around level 70, it will take you about 40 turns to kill. And it's a tough fight. It's a really tough fight. And so for that one, I also reset. And I did that thing like, I don't know, 12 times until I finally got really good drops, which is why I was able to make the armor up to level 4. Weapons, and you can see, like, there's other weapons, like you've got the Fatalis Blade, you've got the Fatalis Sword, and all that other good stuff. They're good weapons. They're not necessarily broken. Like, they're no hugely different compared to the other weapons. There's just another nice choice. So why they would lock it behind DLC is just, I mean, free DLC is kind of crazy to me, right? So what we have is a situation where unless you didn't get really good drops, you're stuck pretty much not being able to make anything Fatalis related because the game only lets you face the monster twice. I don't know why. So you've already faced it once, so it was like 26 turns. You faced it a second time. You've done end game, and the game still won't reward you with letting you make its stuff, even though it's not like it's crazily better. I mean, look at Bloodbath. It's the same defense and everything. The skills are nice, but it's not, you know, superior in any way. And so then they bait us and we have to wait until we can finally face it again. And what do? They give us an event quest, which is co-op only, which I feel for the people who do not have Switch Online or a buddy, because you really can't be doing Fatalis with an NPC. You need to communicate. There's a very clear strategy on how to get through each phase and each attack. It's another one of those things like Velcana where there's a very strict pattern that you can follow. And you want to, charge up all your monsters. Once it goes into its second phase, you want to, knock it out of it, use evasion rifts, do all the side quests to, get the extra songs for the hunting horn and stuff. So it's a good quest. Like, it's making you engage with the end game content in order to win, which is fine. I like that. But what I don't like is that it's so buffed and powerful that the game is basically requiring you to be level 99. I'm level 79, and we went a full 60 minutes and timed out. I think it had like 10% health left. I actually ended up I rage deleted my 19 gigabyte video file of mine and Yuna's attempt, where, you know, we had it down really good. We spent our time, we did really well. He was probably at the last 10% health. And then when it hits its final phase, it does 3 super attacks in a turn. 3 in a turn, which means like there's no way you can avoid not getting hit by one of them. Unless you just have tons of kinship built up. But that means that you have just, you know, you only have 6 monsters worth. And then the final attack. So it's just like, and they all hit for like 600-700. So at least at our levels. It was kind of ridiculous. So we didn't see any path to victory, and we said, you know what, the heck with this. And then I looked online and I realized a lot of people were having issues, even in levels of like the high 90s. Well, look at the screen right now. What you're seeing here is this is the actual crux of the problem. Is 1, they made it too powerful in the fact that they just bloated it too much. 2, this game has a really bad design flaw that hasn't really been an issue up until now, which is at the very end of the game, as you level up, the experience needed to get to the next level inflates at a crazy rate. But the game doesn't offer inflated ways to get experience. Okay, so I mean, I kind of use a one-hit kill here just to quickly show you, because the point of this is not to show you off a full hunt, which could take a while. How much experience I get? I got 180,000. This is for the hardest possible type of hunts in the game. Well, look at this experience chart over here. 180,000 is quite a bit, right? And it takes quite a while to get. Well, once you're up to something like, let's say, level 81 to 82, it takes 2.3 million experience points in order to level up. To put that in perspective, 2.3 million experience points will get you all the way to level 64 from level 1. And that's just to gain one level from 81 to 82. Or 82, 83. Once you start getting into the 90s and 91s, it takes like 12 million experience points to level up. It gets absolutely ridiculous. To the point that, you know, I was grinding Yuna up to level 73 just because it just took so long. Because all the stuff at that point on the secret layer, floor 2, 3, 4, and 5 was only given about 20,000 experience points per hunt. So yes, you can use that little offering in town that gives you a 25% boost, but it's not near enough. They bloat the experience points way too high. This wasn't really an issue though, because up until now, every single quest, including Call of Tarath, the Deviants, you didn't need to be that high of level. That was just for people who want to have fun and smoke monsters really fast. You were able to take down the monsters just fine, but Fatalis, hitting for 600-700, doing triple attacks in a turn, timing out, it's basically saying, hey, I need you to be at least level 91 or higher. And I think that is a ridiculous thing to ask of the community to do, because of the time it takes to grind there is just so boring that I'm not going to do it. I flat out refuse. All in order to finish off the weapons we could already start making, which I think is just, it's bad design, okay? The hunt itself is fun. I just find that to be bad design. So for me, I'm happy that Silver Rathalos and Golden Rathian are coming later, because I imagine those are going to be very fun hunts. And it just baffles me that Fatalis of all hunts would have this weird, crazy restriction. I get that he's supposed to be hard, but we've already faced him twice, even in the Secret Elder's Lair. So like, it just seems cruel to me that the gap between the normal Fatalis and the Super Fatalis and then the Event Fatalis is so big that they want you to like literally grind the game for 20 hours doing nothing but auto clearing the same quest over and over and over and over and over again. That's not fun, and it's not something I'm interested in, especially if the weapons are just normal. So yeah, hit and miss opportunity. I love this game to death. That nothing changes there, but I'm disappointed with how they handled this event quest. That being said, talk about hitting and missing, I'm very happy with the event quest that we've been getting for Monster Hunter Rise. Last week we got a squishy Ibushi, as I call him, because I didn't quite notice him hitting for harder, although some people said he did, but he was definitely squishy. He lasted a good while, almost 10 minutes. And he was, I think, something like 40,000 HP or something crazy like that. So That was fun in order to finally face him in a full-on standalone hunt, being able to carve him, being able to get his gems and rewards. That was cool, and it paid out Kimura tickets, which is awesome. So that was a huge win for Monster Hunter Rise. That was a great event quest. And this week they added in an event quest for Narwa. Now I wasn't expecting this to be like an advanced quest, because I'm expecting that for the All-Mother, which is going to be fun. But Narwa was also buffed quite a bit. I did actually notice an appreciable difference in attack power this time. And I also she's got more tricks up her sleeve than the regular Ibushi does, so it's easier to accidentally get hit if you're being aggressive. So it made the hunt really fun. Instead of, ending after just a few minutes, it takes a good 10 minutes to kill her. It's fun. So I really enjoyed the hunt. You do get the guild tickets as a reward, and it's just fun to fight that monster, period. So I was very happy with that one. So, it's kind of weird. You get hit and miss event quests. It's bound to happen. My only wish, if Capcom is even listening, is one, please revisit the way that you're doing the buffed, bloated experience levels for Monster Hunter Stories 2, because it's just kind of ridiculous that Fatalis is balanced in a way that wants us to do literally dozens of hours of mindless grinding. That's just for one hunt in the game. Nah, that's too much. And as far as Monster Hunter Stories 2 goes, the one thing they could do that I think would be a huge win is the last story boss is so cool. Love the monster to death. It was a cool hunt, very much unlike Stories 1, where the last boss was kind of forgettable. This one was incredibly memorable, and it had a really cool design, great everything. So I would love to see a way that we can face it again, whether it's just a flashback. They can use whatever story narrative they want. I don't care, but I want to see that. And I would also have loved to see armor. Here's a little sketch that Yuna did the night that we finished that boss, when we realized it didn't have armor. It was our only regret going through this entire game, and so she's like, I really wanted armor for it. So she went ahead and drew what it might look like. I really like her design. Anyways, that's enough ranting for me, but one event quest doesn't hit for me, so if it doesn't hit for you, know that you're not alone. If it did hit for you, or if I'm missing something big, let me know down in the comments below, like, dude, just do this and you're cool. Stories 2, fabulous game, pick it up if you haven't already. Let me know about your experiences as well, and if I am the only one or not. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, happy hunting.